Do you want to know what this month has in store for you? If you do, maybe stay with me and see what my cards have to say. These messages may be for you. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your tarot reading for March and April with me, Cesmina. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As always, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's get into it. Starting with your current energy. This is the energy you're going into March and April with. So, what's going on at the moment, Virgo? You guys have the King of Swords. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting here is a channeled message. I'm being shown the film Bride Wars, specifically the end of it. So basically, if you haven't seen the film, it's two best friends who end up fighting while they're planning their weddings. But yeah, I'm being shown the ending where they've made up and they're dancing at the wedding. So, Virgo, I feel like you want to reconcile with someone, or someone wants to reconcile with you in March and April. Maybe you've been fighting with someone and you're missing them and you want, yeah, I think you want to make up and talk to this person again. The King of Swords is a card of communication. I'm not going to lie though, he can also be a proud energy. So maybe you're in the middle of this argument right now where neither one of you will apologize, and it's like, what I'm getting is that you won't apologize until they apologize, but they're not going to apologize unless you do. So the King of Swords can also be very sharp. Maybe the two of you have said things to each other that really hurt, and I'm also getting that you both think that you're right. Okay. Let's keep going, Virgo, and we'll see what this is all about. I do get that you want to make up. I think you both want to make up and apologize, but I think right now it's a question of who's going to make the first move. Yeah, because I'm getting that energy of pride coming through again. Let's go to last month energy now. So this is what you guys are bringing with you from February. Let's see what was going on then. All right, you have the Six of Swords. So this is the leaving card. I feel like this doesn't feel like the argument to me. I feel like last month you walked away from an opportunity to get back into contact with this person. You walked away from an opportunity to reconcile last month. And I feel like the reason you walked away is because you were vulnerable here. You made the first move. I think I'm getting you reaching out and or offering an opportunity, but this was only an invitation. I don't think you actually communicated with this person as much as you could have. It's like you only opened the door for them and waited for them to get back to you. You were like, I'm giving you the chance to apologize or talk to me. And I think because of this, I'm not apologizing if you're not energy. They didn't take that opportunity. This person didn't answer you or talk to you, and so you walked away. I think you walked away because you feel like you gave them an opportunity and they didn't take it. That being said, I don't get anger from you. Maybe it did make you angry, but the energy that's coming through, it's more like acceptance. It's like, okay, you aren't ready to talk. Never mind. I'm here waiting until you're ready. Like the door is open when you're ready. I'm getting that energy again that you don't want to be the one to apologize first, but there's more to this energy now. It's more like you want to let this person come to you. There's something there about being worried about saying the wrong thing or making it worse or not being received well. And I think that's on both sides there. I think that's a mutual energy. That could be some sort of miscommunication going on. So maybe it isn't that you don't want to be the first to apologize, but it's that you're both scared to speak first because you don't want to say the wrong thing and make it worse. Maybe the silence between you has started to feel safe because it's like you can't say the wrong thing if you don't say anything at all, right? You can't make it worse if you don't try. At least that's how you and maybe also this person felt last month. Okay, let's move on to your next card, which is your main energy for this month. So this is where most of your energy and your focus is going in March and April. You have the Ace of Cups. Okay, let's look at this for a minute. So the first thing that's coming through is there's like time pressure. I'm getting something about a birthday or an anniversary or a special date that's coming up. It could actually be in March or April, or March and April is like really close to an anniversary. So this to me is one of you caving, okay? And this isn't out of impatience. Like I said, you do genuinely miss this person, and I think this person genuinely misses you. You do want to reconcile, but it's just a question of who's going to make the first move. And this is that first move. And like I said, there's something here about wanting to approach this the right way. There is a fear here of saying the wrong thing. Um, I actually think that you've both been rehearsing or typing out what you want to say um, in those impulsive moments where you think you might press send, but then you don't. There are a lot of emotions here, and they've been repressed, I think, for a long time. So, because of that, I do think whoever gets into contact first, it's going to be very emotional. I don't think it's going to be cold or nonchalant. It feels to me like a lot of emotions squashed into one message. And the message itself, I think it's going to be quite restrained, but messy. So it's not everything they've been feeling or everything you've been feeling all at once, but it is quite messy. And it's like, I think it goes from frustration and impatience to the apology and remorse. That's how it's being given to me. But yeah, it does feel kind of messy and like it's not perfect, but it's the truth. I think even though you're both practicing what you want to say, that practice is going to feel a little useless once whoever this is starts writing the message. Um, there is also a message coming through here about being drunk. I do feel like the door that was opened last month is still there. You know, the means to get into contact is still there. It's just sitting there between you right now. Maybe you've like unblocked them or refollowed them or something like that. But anyway, let's keep going. So your next card is thoughts and feelings. This is what's going to be on your mind this month and how that's affecting you emotionally. You guys have the Page of Swords. So I'm immediately getting something here about the two of you looking at each other's social and really, it's like you're studying them. It's like, I wonder what they meant by this, or I wonder whether they wanted me to see that picture. Also, looking back through old messages and studying those. I do see you looking at their messages and your own. I think you're looking at these quite critically as well. So maybe things that they've said or you've said, um, maybe those things are making you cringe, making you wonder if that was a good idea or whether you should have done that. Maybe you're looking back through the argument. It's possible that you're looking through these messages to see who's at fault. So I am getting quite a balanced energy coming from you there. It's like you're seeing what was your fault and what was theirs. And I think you're doing this now because you're in a less emotional state of mind at the moment. You were coming through with that acceptance energy when they didn't answer you. It was like, okay, I'll let you come to me. You're not angry, you're not overly emotional. So yeah, I think you're taking this opportunity to sort of look back through these messages now that you know that you're being able to look at it logically. But other than that, you're studying their socials and maybe also crafting or making some posts yourselves that are cryptic. They're not straightforward, they're like a hint. I'm definitely getting something here about you not wanting to come in too hot or too intense with this person, but wanting to do something. That could be your person that I'm connecting to here. Maybe you're both doing that, but yeah, it's like you're perfecting what you want to say by studying your person's social media. You're revisiting the argument to make it easier to explain your feelings when you have to. You're studying their social media to see if it's a good time to make contact, things like that. Although I'm getting again that once you're in the situation of reconnecting with this person, all of this detective work will go out the window. I think, yeah, I really do get very emotional and very impulsive for when you reconcile with this person. I think that's it for this card. So, yeah, between March and April, I see you reconciling with someone you've been arguing with. That's your main thing, is making up with someone. All right, so we're going into the love section of the reading now. So the next three cards look at different areas of your love life: new love, existing love, and no contact. Um, but we'll start with new love first. So this card looks at new romantic energy entering your life this month, new people, new connections, and the potential for a new relationship to begin. You guys have the Nine of Cups. So, so I think recently, Virgo, you've been a bit closed off to love. This could be because you've had this argument or this disagreement going on in the background. Maybe you just haven't had time for love, or your mind has been on other things. Maybe you've been healing from a past relationship, but the main energy I'm getting there is that you've been preoccupied with this argument. Okay. Um, I think you want to get that sorted out before you invest in um, anything else emotional. So in March and April, like I said, I do see you reconciling with this person. And I think once that's happened, you're going to be feeling more open, more available for new love. I think that once you've made up with this person, you're going to be investing in your love life again after not really paying it much attention. Maybe you just can't think about love with this argument going on. Maybe that's sort of taking up all of your mental energy. Maybe this person is someone who you feel you need in your life to um, feel able to invest in your love life. But yeah, you're getting back into the dating pool in March and April. So I do feel like it's been a while since you dated. And I think, again, you've been preoccupied with this disagreement. So I think you don't actually have, because of that, you don't have a solid idea of what you want in love. Maybe you do, but I'm hearing that's outdated now. That has changed. Um, so I think you're going to be spending some time in March and April experimenting. You're going to be trying different people out. I'm getting that you're a different person, or you've got a different type than you did before. And yeah, I think that might come as a bit of a surprise to you, Virgo. You're basically in a what do I want energy. And I think, you hearing that, it's going to be like, I know what I want. I don't think you do, Virgo. I think you'll find that that has changed. And because this is the wish fulfillment card, I think after some experimenting and some looking around, you'll find what you're looking for. I think you just need to find out what you're looking for first. But once you do, I see love coming in quite quickly for you. Um, yeah, that's it for this card. Let's go to the next one now, which is your existing love card. This card looks at existing romantic connections in your life, someone you're already involved with, someone you're dating, or someone where feelings already exist. You guys have the Three of Pentacles. And if you're looking for a much deeper look into a specific connection in your life, you can also check out my You and Them readings on this channel. But yeah, the Three of Pentacles. So this is collaboration and teamwork. Okay, so I think it's possible that the person I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, the person you want to reconcile with, is a person you're in a relationship with. So if you've skipped ahead, let me just quickly recap. You're basically both studying and stalking each other right now. To perfect your apologies. You want to approach each other the right way. It's not about being right anymore. I think you miss each other too much by this point to care about who's right. It's, you know, it's now about not wanting to say the wrong thing and make things worse. And one of you is going to make contact. The means to get in touch is there, I think, because you put it there last month. But yeah, one of you is getting in touch, and all of the emotions you've been feeling while you're apart are going to come tumbling out in one message. There is a little bit of restraint there. So you're not saying, or, you aren't getting everything if this is coming from your person. You're saying something, or you're getting something. It's not everything. But getting back to the Three of Pentacles. This is you and your person reading each other's signals in March and April. Okay, you've opened the door, okay, and given them the means of communication. So maybe they're taking that and they're sending you a message. After that, you're reading the message as an invitation for you to answer them. And yeah, I see that being a pattern. It's very restrained. It's very like sort of back and forth. They send a signal and then you send one. It's very slow, but it is communication where maybe there hasn't been communication in a while. And I think you both appreciate this. I think you both also appreciate how fragile this is and how careful you need to be with each other. I think that's why there's so much restraint there. It's like baby steps. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Baby steps. Um, Yeah, that's all I'm seeing for this card. It's like an extension of the main message, this one. Let's go to your no contact card now. This card looks at no contact situations in your life this month, someone you're not speaking to, someone where communication has stopped, or someone where things have become distant or unclear. You have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting a very specific message here. Expect to be bombarded with messages in March and April by your no contact person, Virgo. I just saw a phone like continuously vibrating on a kitchen counter. Um, and I'm getting specifically late at night and under the influence. So I don't know if your no contact person drinks, Virgo, but that's what I'm getting. A lot of drunken late night messages. And I'm seeing that when these come through, it might actually take you a while to figure them out, to decode what they're trying to say. This person could use a lot of abbreviations or acronyms. Is that what those are called? Things like OMG and IDK and SMH, you know? I don't think that's what they're called. It's another word, I think. But I'm also getting that they use speech to text a lot. And sometimes like that makes no sense. You know, sometimes the phone mishears you and it sends complete nonsense. Um, so yeah, I think it's going to take you a while to figure out what they're saying and what's going on. Um, I don't think it helps that they might be under the influence because, yeah, I'm honestly getting the word gibberish. So, but otherwise, I think these messages are going to be exposing your no contact person a bit. I think they're going to be saying things like the parts that you can understand. They're going to be saying things like, that show that they've been stalking your socials, mentioning your recent posts. Also, their feelings, they're going to be exposing their feelings. Um, there's a message coming through here, Virgo, that I do want to warn you about. Your person may not have much tact. I think some of these messages might actually irritate you or annoy you, especially if they're drunk. I do think that they're compliments. I don't think they're insulting you or anything. I do think they're complimenting you, but they're very drunk. They're very drunk. I think they're very blunt or very. These compliments may be sexual, um, so they might get a bit disrespectful or very disrespectful. So just be warned. Be ready for that. That's the last message for this card, I think. Yeah, I think that's it for this card. Let's move on. All right, we're going into the home and work section of the reading now. So the next four cards look at different areas of your life: home and family, your social circle, career and ambitions, and finances. But we'll start with your home and family card. So this card looks at your living situation, family relationships, and the emotional atmosphere in your personal space. You guys have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I see you getting a sense of order back at home and with your family if things have been a bit hectic lately. It could actually be a family member that you're getting back into contact with. That is a possibility here. But yeah, I'm seeing you settling again after a bit of a chaotic time. So maybe you've just moved, or maybe your circumstances have recently changed. I am seeing a baby. Congratulations if that's your story. So, um, yeah, I think it's been chaos for a while. And in March and April, things are only starting to calm down. There's a message coming through here about responsibilities, okay, and specifically work schedules and trying to make that work. So This could be that all or most of the people in your household work, and because of that, the house doesn't get as much attention as it needs. Maybe the domestic things like cooking or cleaning have taken a back seat while things settle. I'm also seeing packed boxes now. So maybe you have just moved, or maybe you haven't had time to unpack or get things organized. I am just quickly going to go back to the person you're arguing with, because I'm getting something about your family keeping you balanced in March and April regarding that. I do think this argument has played a part in why your home life has been hectic, or maybe it just hasn't helped. Maybe it's been affecting your emotional state, and because of that, maybe you've been neglecting um, those domestic things. Like maybe you felt more stressed than you normally would. Um, I'm getting a message now that you've got a family member who you vent to, um, who helps you sort of keep it together in other areas of your life. Um, Even though you're missing this person that you're arguing with and want to reconcile, I think there's a family member who's helping you, get on with your work, or get on with your studies, or, get on with those household sort of chores, helping you function properly. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a family member, or just your family in general, helps you keep that balance, helps you regulate. That's that's all that's coming through here. Let's go to your next card now. This is your social circle card. This card looks at your friendships, your community, and the people that you're interacting with this month. You guys have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is my card for comparing yourself to your friends. I think that's what you're doing in March and April. You're comparing yourself to your friends, or they're comparing themselves to you. So, the first thing I'm getting here is your disagreement with someone. It could definitely be romantic, because I'm seeing your friends' romantic relationships they're making you miss your person more. It's like you're looking at them and you're thinking to yourself, that looks so nice. It looks so easy. I miss that. So I'm not getting any sort of toxic vibes from your friends. So I don't think your friends are trying to make you jealous or insecure on purpose. I think they're just being, I think you're just waiting to hear from someone, and meanwhile, your friends are happy in their relationships. And when we're focused on something like that, we can start to fixate. Um, Alternatively, this goes the other way. So, a friend of yours is looking at you in March and April, especially if you're technically single, or, in a no contact situation. I think they're envying you that. Maybe they would like a break from their relationship. Maybe they're going through a rough patch. Maybe they're just feeling overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed in their relationship for some reason. But I'm getting them looking at you as well and thinking, you're so lucky. The exact phrase I'm getting is you're so free. This could be somebody with children, and they're just feeling the weight of their responsibilities as a parent. I think they're just going through a rough patch. It could also be that they envy you being able to be honest in your relationship. I do get an argument here. Maybe you have a people pleaser in your friend group, who would, yeah, who would love to be able to speak up like you have, and be able to handle arguing with someone without severe anxiety. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but um, yeah, that's definitely there. This is the Yeah, that's the last message for the card. But yeah, insecurity and envy going both ways in your friend group in March and April. Let's uh let's go to your next card. We're looking at your career and ambitions now. This card looks at work, professional goals, and the direction you're moving in when it comes to your ambitions. You guys have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is that this is like a really quick message. Someone is attracted to you at work, okay? I don't know if that is romantically or professionally. I'm definitely seeing that that could go both ways. Um, and I'm getting a boss, very specific there. But yeah, that's the first thing that's coming through. The next thing I'm hearing is that you've been using work as a distraction lately, and because of that, you've like awakened or reawakened your love for your job. It's like you're really into work right now because I think it distracts you from this ongoing argument or this relationship that's you're I think you're sort of in a no contact situation. I don't think it's exactly no contact, but it's like bordering on it, I think. Um but yeah, your work, I think it's distracting you. It's like it's given your brain a rest. And so I'm seeing you being very excited for work at the moment and being, I think because of that, you're sort of accidentally drawing attention to yourself um, and being noticed at your work for your commitment, even though it might just be because you like the distraction. Maybe you don't like your job. I hope you do, but maybe you don't. Um, but yeah, this argument with this person feels very unpredictable to me. And I think the unpredictable nature of it, you don't like it. And so work is nice right now. It's more enjoyable. I think in March and April because it's predictable. You know what's going to happen. And there aren't any sort of surprises at work. And I think because it's predictable, and because you're so locked in, you might actually look at your job or at your work and think up some new ideas, new routines, ways to make it easier, because you're so committed to it. It's your distraction. I think maybe you're getting a bit obsessed with it because it feels safe. It's like you're thinking up ideas, I think, because you want more work to throw yourself into. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward message, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go to the next card. Let's go to finances now. So this card looks at money, spending, financial opportunities, and yeah, any money coming into your life. You have the Six of Cups. Okay, so you're feeling kind of nostalgic. Things from the past. Okay, so I see you buying things that remind you of this person you're wanting to reconcile with. So, um, I'm getting food that you used to eat together, hobbies that you used to do together, just things that you used to do with this person. Um, and I think you're doing this to almost rewire your brain to sort of remember memories with this person, to remember your time with them. Because, like I said, you're practicing and perfecting what you want to say to them. Maybe this is something that you're telling them when you get back into contact, that you're drinking their favorite drink, or you're eating their favorite snack, or playing a game that you two used to play together. I just got video games, I don't know why. Um, it's almost like you're honoring this person, or making a tribute to them. Very specific. It's like I think you're using this to feel closer to them while things are sort of working themselves out between you. But yeah, otherwise, I'm seeing you spending some money on some comfort items or things that you've wanted for a long time. That's also a possibility here. This could be you. Yeah, it could also be you getting back money that you've lent to someone, money that you're owed, or you're being gifted money. Maybe this might be coming from the person you're reconciling with. Another pretty straightforward message here, to be honest. Let's keep going. Let's see what advice comes through for you now, Virgo, for March and April. You have the Two of Swords. Okay, so it's weird. This feels like what you're in now. You're in like a stalemate. You're in this waiting energy where you don't know what to do. Okay, so you're actually being advised here, Virgo, to be impulsive, to just do it. Just make that decision. Um so this is either you making the first move with this person, despite your fear of saying the wrong thing or making it worse. Or this is you answering this person impulsively if they get into contact with you. I think I'm going to be honest, I think you've done enough thinking in this situation. I think you've actually exhausted yourselves mentally studying and stalking this person. And like I said, in the end, you'll just say what you feel despite planning what you wanted to say. You know, you are just going to say what you feel. I think you're just, yeah, the Two of Swords is coming through here to tell you that that's okay. You know, it's okay to just say it because, you know, you don't like where you're at right now. You don't like this silence. You don't like not talking to this person. You do miss them. You know, you want to move forward. And this card is telling you to be impulsive and to be a little vulnerable maybe, you know, so that you don't stay stuck in this stalemate. I do think that you have started to overthink this situation because you aren't talking to this person. There was an energy about not wanting to get in touch first, not being the first one to do that. But I think then the silence became kind of comfortable and safe. And so then it became not wanting to say the wrong thing and also not wanting to be the one that's vulnerable, not wanting to be open to rejection or being exposed to the threat of being ignored. So yeah, I think during the waiting, you've gone into a different fear now, and this card is telling you to be impulsive, Virgo. You know, just do it, just bite the bullet in April and March. Let's go to your sneak peek into next month now. So this isn't the full picture for next month. It's just a sneak peek. It's just a small glimpse of what's coming in. You guys have the Knight of Wands. Oh my god, this is so weird. I just said about being impulsive. That's one of the main energies of this card. So, like I said, you and this person, you know, you are going to be very careful with each other once you reconcile. I think you need a little bit of time to get back into your groove with each other, a little bit of time to get into your old dynamic, or maybe a little bit of time to invent a new one. Um, and I see this taking roughly a month or two, maybe a month and a half, um, because in May, the pace is really picking up. Okay, this to me is seeing each other like face to face. Last minute is reuniting. I just want to say, if you are wanting to reconcile with somebody that you're in a romantic situation with, this card would suggest to me reuniting physically and sexually. Just a quick side message there. This could also be you being impulsive after a time of waiting for things. Um, so I think you've gone a little stir crazy. And in May, because of that, in May, you're wanting things instantly, you're wanting to go full steam ahead with things. Yeah, I think this period of waiting and this coming period of gradual slow progress is it's really going to test you. It's really going to test your patience. So in May, I see you wanting to be much more active and much more energetic. And also, when if you bite the bullet and are just honest, I do see that working out for you, and I do see you taking that in your stride and actually being more bold and more honest in May as well. But we'll get more into this nearer the time. That's the last message, I think. That's all that's coming through here. So I am going to leave it there, Virgo. I hope this gave you something to think about, and I hope that it helped you in some way. But for now, I will see you in my next reading. Take care.